Welcome to We're All Doomed. I'm your host, Chase Lehman, your game master, your whatever else.
Your daily ear daddy.
Your father of ear gravy. Okay, so...
Ew, that image is gross.
Who's your daddy?
like I said, not the best.
Just tilt your head sideways and pour it on in.
Enjoy.
All right, here we go. So to my left is Logan, Neff,
Yep.
playing.
Playing Black Moistly.
Then we have Dad.
Dad Lehman playing Fargus Rawbone.
Then we have,
Deanna Lehman playing Muppet.
over Skype, we have...
You gotta tell which one of us is talking.
You're always first.
Is it that Josh is always first, or Sean is always last?
I wasn't going to say
We
that.
started off saying Josh, and then it switched to Sean. So we've gone back and forth already like 3 times.
Josh is always first.
We do
If I say over Skype...
alphabetical order by first name.
Okay. Josh?
Okay. My name is Josh Wren, and I'm playing the female bard goblin Timmy Tinnitus.
And my name is Sean Lehman, and I'm playing Tobias B. Funky.
Perfect.
Mm.
So this is We're All Doomed, D&D podcast playthrough. This first episode, just a warning, will be a little bit more exposition than normal. There's going to be a lot more just role play, less on the rolling of dice, more on just us getting to know the story and us getting to know our characters a little bit. So here we go. Light can always break through the dark. Darkness cannot break through the light. The light must shine. The darkness must dissipate. Didymus discovered the light. He has lit a spark in each of his followers. Can they create flame? Or will they burn out in the end? Let's find out on We're All Doomed. It's around 3 in the afternoon, but it's already dark outside as a storm looms overhead. We meet our adventurers in the most popular spot in all of Nettle, the Dragon of the Black Pool Restaurant. This dilapidated building is 2 stories tall and features long, bearded dragon statuettes throughout its architecture. Our adventurers walk into the restaurant to get out of the possible storm brewing outside. Inside is full of life compared to the barren look from outside. Beads and tapestries hang from the ceiling, decorating the room. A large fire pit in the center lights the room with a roaring fire and 3 cooks surrounding it, creating what smells like works of art. The smells overwhelm you as you walk in, and you remember just how hungry you are. It's been a rough few weeks for your band. Welcome to the Dragon of the Black Pool Turtle Cuisine Restaurant and Gambling Hall. Welcome, welcome. If you need anything, I'm Wang Chi, your patron and provider. Wang is a turtle, small of stature and a little more advanced in years. As you scan the restaurant, you see people gambling in different pockets around the hall. There are card games being played all around, 4 suspicious-looking gnomes playing dragon bones in the corner, a gruff-looking human, and 2 goblins playing some sort of turtle tile-laying game with Wang close to the fire. Nothing or triple, Wang! Nothing or triple! The human says as he slams down his money on the table. Most of the creatures in this place are goblinoid and are enjoying the food and drink being prepped by the cooks. Hey, Cookie! We need 2 more mutton curries over here! Your leader, Didymus, sits down near the fire pit. He pulls back his hood and puts his hands close to the fire to warm them. Tobias, you look at your leader with respect. You think, this is a leader. Sometimes you don't agree with him, but he has yet to fail you. Moppet, you walk by one of the wooden pillars holding up the restaurant's roof and notice yet another wanted poster with Didymus's face plastered on it. As you enter and get settled, you feel eyes all around you and notice whispers. One of the goblins playing the turtle tile-laying game notices you and slowly stands. What you doing there? We got a game to finish. Sit down. The goblin stares for a moment, then slowly sits back down to finish the game. What would you guys like to do?
Chase, what is my character thinking?
Gammy, shut up. You are making a huge racket in this place, and I'm tired of you you're acting crazy, Gammy. What's going on?
Apparently, a lot. Didymus decides that he's going to go outside for a smoke on his pipe.
I'm gonna follow Didymus.
Bleck is gonna approach Wang and kind of saunter up and pull herself up over the counter and say,
Oh, how could I help you?
I'm looking for whatever news you've got about the local goings on right now recently. Want to hear if there's any trouble been going on.
There's no trouble here. This is the Dragon of the Blackpool Restaurant and Gambling Hall. There's never trouble here. As he says that, you do see a fight break out in the back corner between the two goblins.
The fact that you continue to insist that there's not trouble here is very reassuring, I thank you.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
How many gambling tables are there?
There's a lot of gambling tables around. There's probably about 20, 25.
Okay, well, Moppet is just going to pick one and just circle the table and kind of like look at what everybody has.
A lot of them are playing cards, and they kind of cover up their cards as you're walking around and give you like evil stares.
And just like Moppet just reaches down, like kind of I put my eye level like at people's shoulders and just kind of like look at their cards. I don't say anything. I'm just watching and circling.
You definitely get the evil stare from a lot of the players as they continue to gamble. Josh, what does your character do?
Tammy takes out her Telecaster lute and she begins to tune up.
Some great sound effects.
Solid
We
Foley
put
work.
that in. We put that in edit.
in
the edit, in
post-production, because that's a thing we do.
Me. There it is.
Wang looks over and says, I don't pay for entertainment. Tobias, what do you do?
As I was following Didymus out, I noticed, what all is going on. I decided just to chill by the front door and keep an eye out, make sure no one follows Didymus out the door.
Didymus walks out and lights up on his pipe. It's starting to clear up a little bit outside, and he's just enjoying his pipe next to one of these large carts that's parked outside the Dragon of the Blackpool restaurant. It looks like there's quite a few carts outside, some horses, some donkeys, some different things that people rode in on. Tobias, what would you like to do?
I noticed the human and the goblins playing, and it really interested me after watching them for a little bit, and so I want to go check out. And I'm gonna ask them, "Hey guys, so what game are you playing here?"
The human just looks at you and says, Are you even old enough to be in here, boy?
Of course I'm old enough. Don't you see my facial hair?
As you tug on their facial hair. Bleck, what do you do?
I'm gonna roll perception to see how many of the wanted posters for Didymus there are in the tavern.
Okay.
18 plus 1, 19.
19. You look around the tavern really quickly, but you only notice that one wanted poster. Wang does look over at you and say, Don't worry, we only keep one of those about. You're safe here. And as he says so, you do notice just that feeling of just those eyes on you. You're not completely sure if it's safe here, but you do know that this is one of the places in all of Spiderhaunt that if it was safe, it would be this place.
So I'm going to say, well, forgive me if I don't take your word for it. And I go over and I tear the wanted poster off and put it in my pocket.
Moppet is still circling the table and then notices that the particular creature that she's standing next to has a set of cards. First of all, before I go and sound stupid, what are they playing?
Dragon Ante.
Okay, so I can just make up stuff then.
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Okay. Hey, that two needs to go over there. Put it right there. Do it right there.
Right when you say it, this guy, you could tell if green faces could turn red, they definitely would. This goblin is so mad at you right now.
I actually take his card and just go ahead and move it for him.
All right. So you do that. He stands up and just pushes the table out of the way and screams at you, just saying, "What are you doing?"
I'm trying to win it for you.
So he settles down a little bit and he sits back down in his chair, holds his cards even closer, and turns back around to the game.
And then Moppet walks over to the other person and put the 8 there. You put that one there. You'll beat him.
They all just kind of lay their cards down and just wait for you to pass.
Tobias walks over to Moppet. Come on, Moppet. You're being stupid. Let's not do this right now.
Well, they're the ones who don't know what adds up. And I just walk off.
So you can definitely tell this chamber of people are not necessarily enjoying your company. Fargus, what are you doing this whole time?
I'm trying to get Gammy away from Wang Chi. She is caressing his ear, and he's just ignoring her. And I can't figure out
Wang
why.
Chi turns to you and says, "She's fine."
You can see Gammy too?
There's lots of mystery in the world. Some things aren't always explained
Most
easy.
people most people ignore my Gammy. But you can she's flirting with you.
Wayne comes up to you and just kind of holds one of your hands and says, "It's okay. Apparitions need love too."
And I'm kind of creeped out by this guy grabbing my hand, and I just jerk it away, and I say, "Hey, watch it, mister. I'm heavyweight champion of the world."
Wang Chi just kind of bows and backs off. Black?
Yeah. So, Didymus is outside. Is that okay? So she's gonna step out and go stand next to him and just says, "Hey, Diddy, I don't know what you've got in store. I know you said it's important for us to come here today, but I'm getting a bad feeling about the vibe inside there. I think it may not be a safe situation going on here."
You look at Didymus, and he looks very calm, which is actually a little bit different than normal because he's kind of like a little bit of a spastic guy. He was pretty energetic, but he seems to really just be taking the time to puff away on this pipe, and you can tell he's listening, but he's not really saying much, as he's just enjoying the night sky as it's starting to get dark, and just puffing away on this pipe.
I need some recognition from you that this is serious. There are people in this world who would want to do you harm. I don't know if you've noticed, but people are not taking kindly to what you're trying to do.
You always have to remember, Black, there's good in everyone. It's what we strive for.
I wish I shared your. I love your vision of the world, but some people may not be redeemable.
As you guys are talking, you do hear some commotion come from the inside. Inside the restaurant, the human that's playing the turtle tile laying game back in the back of the two goblins, you can definitely tell he's getting a bit upset. He's probably lost just a substantial amount of money, and he tips the table and just throws it up, and both the goblins kind of scatter as this happens. Wang Chi tries to calm him down. "Oh, calm down. There's no need for anything." And right when he's about to try to finish that sentence, the goblin that's right in front of the human takes out a dagger and tries to stab at the human himself. The other goblin actually just sprints out the door. He was definitely a little bit surprised by this whole commotion. But that small goblin takes a stab at this human, and right as he does, the human kind of just dodges to the side, even though you can tell this human is completely wasted. He is just completely plastered, but somehow he's still got this agility in those hips that just moves out of the way of that knife. "It's all in the reflexes, Wang." And as he does, the goblin stumbles forward and falls onto his face. Wang Chi kind of comes up to him and picks him up and says, it's okay. We don't need any more commotion." And as you guys see all this go down, you do hear Black yell from outside.
"Fargus, I need you. Get out of here. Something terrible's happened."
As Black starts yelling this, the human being that's actually in the back of the restaurant stands up and he goes, "The Port Cart Express! Hold on, baby, Daddy's coming!" And as you can hear this cart outside take off, and all of you actually run outside. Whenever you get outside, you see Bleck holding the body of Didymus in his arms, and Didymus, he's been murdered.
So I look up at them and just white face and say, I couldn't stop them. They came out of nowhere. Fargus, I need you to try to do something.
I would literally love to do a cantrip called Spare the Dying. I don't know if you guys have heard of that one.
Go for it. Roll a d20.
D20. I rolled a 17.
No, you didn't. What'd you roll?
A 2.
2. You definitely
I messed
failed.
that one.
So
I mean,
you can tell the life is gone from Didymus. You guys are all outside around this man that has raised some of you, that has spoken life into all of you, and has been the most bolstering person in your life. And he is now laying in Bleck's arms, dead. You see this human run out of the restaurant, and he says, "He took my cart and horses. I love that cart. The Pork Cart Express, hauling in the best pork for sale in all of Spider Hunt." As he comes out, Bleck, you feel this note that's actually in the hands of Didymus. I'm going to read you this letter. "If you're finding this letter, it means I'm dead, and my body is present. I had a feeling you might go through my things. That's completely okay. Now my things are your things.
I want his shoes.
I have something for each of you. Take good care and use them in the moments of need. To Fargus, I never really understood you or your abilities, but I believe you're true of heart. I leave you my faithful hound Ambrosius. He may be dead, but he is ever so full of life. He will remain faithful to you, and he'll trust you, just as you have trusted me. So do the same for him. P.S. In case of skeletal degradation, open satchel 1B from my traveler's kit. To Tammy, I don't much prefer your music, but you, madame, are genuinely enjoyable. You have the ear of anyone you meet. I've left you a bag of teeth.
Ooh.
I know. What good could a bag of teeth provide? There's a tooth from many different races in that bag, each labeled and organized and can be referred to from my tooth compendium in satchel 3F. Place a tooth of a certain race in your mouth and then speak its very language. To Tobias, don't be mad. This was meant to be. No other had as true a devotion to me as you. I told you I wouldn't be around forever. Devote yourself to what I taught you. I can't guide you anymore, but good can. To you I leave my little book of sonnets. If you want to see me again, just recite page 375. It's a thing of beauty. To Moppet, my little goblet, I have raised you as my own, and now you are ready to start your own grand adventure. You are small for a hobgoblin, but don't allow that to stunt your courage. Take this flask from my belt, or my hand, depending on how I died. It contains a rare elixir. Try it. I didn't say it was tasty. It's quite rancid, actually. Feel it race through your veins. Feel how good it feels. I call it Hellfire Homebrew. It's made from the blood of fire beetles. Cool, right? Take this only in time of need, and believe me when I tell you that that time is coming. So stay strong. To Bleck, you are the heart of the group. They need you and your wits to lead them through the darkness. All will hate them and you. You will not find allies easily from any race or faction, so a strong leader is much needed. I have left you my jade pendant. I had never told you where it came from, but it is my most valuable possession. Look to it when you need help. When you are too weak to lead, it will raise you up. When you don't know which way to turn, it will guide you. When you are afraid, it will give you courage. It's called the Eye. Keep it secret. Keep it safe. But don't be afraid to use it either. Each of you have been excellent traveling companions and comrades. Do what is right and always remember the code. There is good in everyone. Thank you, friends. Death's only the beginning. You know that, Fargus. See you when I see you. XOXO, Sir Didymus P. Zeb, Esquire. You go through his body and you find these things and the different satchels and whatnot. And would you guys continue to search his body at all?
No, I
Excellent.
I would like to roll investigation.
What kind of? I mean, like, are you searching his body, or just
Yeah.
investigating what might have happened, or what?
I'm investigating his body.
Okay, so roll for me. D20.
Nine.
9. You look over his body. This dude has like pockets galore inside his cloak, inside his inner vests. He has 2, by the way. Multiple books that are tied to the back of his belt loops, satchel upon satchel, just marked with different numbers and letters. He looks to be very organized. You do investigate a little bit of his neck. His neck actually looks to be broken. And as you're searching this, you do look down the road and notice that cart has taken off, had been gone for quite a while. And as you're investigating the body, Wang Chi comes out of the restaurant and looks at you, and you hear him say, "The 5." And then the human says, "5 what? What the heck does that mean, huh, Wang? I don't even know what the heck that means. All I know is this greedy green-skinned character bolts on me and spills my glum gut G all over my new pants, and now I have no money, no haul, and this guy's head's on backwards." And Wang says, "It's the 5 years of the Stardust prophecy. The king must be growing restless. You 5, you're the 5 years."
Wait, what now?
I just look at him. I say, I don't give a toad's bottom about any of that. Can't you see that we've just lost a loved one here?
And you can see on Wang's face that he's just bright. His eyes are as wide as that old turtle's eyes can be. And he's just staring at you with this amazement. He does notice your friend on the ground, and he does say, "His soul is with Ilmater now, but you are the 5 years."
How do you know for sure?
Do you know the prophecy?
No, go ahead and just break me off a piece of that prophecy.
5 years, short and quick. 5 years, like thieves, are thick. 5 years, by rebel lead. 5 years, cut off the head. It doesn't rhyme very well. 5 years, his time will call. 5 years, Stardust will fall. The Goblin King, Stardust, he will fall. You are the 5 years that have come.
Okay, 5 years. What was the rest of it?
Who cares
doesn't
about
matter.
this?
You are the 5
I'm writing
years.
this down. I'm gonna write it down.
You
She's
5.
carving it on the back of her lute.
Didymus knew. He was gathering the 5 souls. They are the 5 years mentioned in the prophecy that tells of the coming doom of the king himself.
Tammy takes her lute and hands it to the Wang. Is that who's
Wang Chi?
Wang Chi, and hands him a dagger and the lute and says, Can you just carve that prophecy in my lute? That way I can refer to it whenever necessary."
My fingers don't work as well as they once did. I might have a copy in the back.
Yes.
You okay? I guess I could. I mean,
Glue it, Tammy.
Tammy, shut up. Bleck, which way did it go?
Tobias, I'm so sorry. They was so fast. We were just sitting here. They headed off to the north. I didn't get a good look at them.
Well, hold on. What'd you say, Ambrosia?
Ambrosius.
So Ambrosius, what are you saying, girl? Oh, never mind. You're a boy. Okay. So Ambrosia, which you saying you could probably follow these guys? Really? And I'm bending over, petting this nothing.
Ambrosius is there. It's a skeletal dog.
That we all see?
But it's moving. It's acting like an actual dog.
Do we all see it?
Everyone sees this dog.
Is this dog a new
This is
thing,
actually-
or this dog's been around
This
for
is
a
the
while?
dog that's been around
Cool.
for quite a while. I
Okay.
should have introduced it earlier, but I didn't.
well, obviously,
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
all
it's
bones
kind
now.
of hinging on everything.
Were we present before Bones? Or
No,
it turned into bone?
you guys have only known Ambrosius as this skeletal dog.
Poor dog.
Tobias starts trying to follow. Can I roll to follow the tracks or to find the tracks?
You can roll. Let's see here. Let's just do an investigation check.
All right, I'll roll for it to follow the tracks. I got a 4.
So you're like, I wonder if they go north, but they go south. So you're looking the back way where the cart was coming from. But you don't follow it. You just notice that's where you think the person has gone, even though the dust cloud from the south is up in the air. So the human that has followed Wang Chi out looks over at you guys, and he looks so confused right now. Hey, you, short stuff. Come on over here.
What?
They took my port card express.
Maybe you should go find it.
I need some people to help me. I don't know where this guy's going. I don't know Spider Hunt. I've only been to Nettle.
What's in it for us?
I mean, I got some money in the cart. I mean, it would depend on who took it and where he's taking it and if he's taking the money, but I'll totally give that to you.
Listen, all of you, this doesn't matter. We've just had our leader assassinated, and chances are our lives are in danger too. Now's not the time to go shooting off on new adventures. We need to go find somewhere safe. We get out of the public eye here. We need to be somewhere and group up and figure out what to do next.
Wang Chi looks at all of you and says, "Don't worry. Didymus knew this was coming. This is meant to be. You five, go and help. Do what Didymus told you to do."
He's right. We need to do good. This is the only thing I see the option to do.
No, we need one more option. We need to say our prayers over this body and bury it or put it on a pyre.
You turn around and Wang Chi is completely dressed up in this priest garb all of a sudden. You don't know when he actually left, how long he was actually gone. It felt like it was 2 seconds ago, but he's dressed in this interesting tortle ornamental priest garb, and he's chanting these rites over Didymus's body.
What are you doing to him? You stop that right now.
I'm just bringing him to the astral plane. It's easy. It won't hurt him.
Is he just gone like that then?
No, it'll take me most of a day.
Maybe we should stay for that and then go.
No. Listen,
You will lose the trail.
I mean, we'll have to put it to a vote to decide if we're hiding out or going after this cart. But either way, we gotta get a move on because it is not safe to be here. We don't have time because otherwise we might be joining Sir Didymus.
Gammy just reminded me that we don't even know this guy's name.
Wait, you never heard of me? Mac Burton at your service.
I'd like to roll insight on Wang Chi.
Okay. Are you looking for anything specific?
Yeah, I want to know, should I trust Wang Chi with a 6 insight? What's that 6 get me?
So, you guys have been here before. You guys have seen Wang Chi over and over again. He's always seemed like a really good friend of Didymus. So you don't really have any hesitation of his intention.
What about insight on Mac, or is it Mag?
Mac Burton.
What's an 8 get me?
Not much. Mac looks like a meathead who lost a lot of money in a gambling competition up in here.
Tammy says, I trust this gentleman.
Mac, you may be a moron, but I think helping you is just what we have to do.
Tobias Didymus taught us to be nice to people. Apologize for calling him a moron, please.
I don't apologize for my words.
What?
Let's go.
Moppet, you want to go too? What about you, Fargus? You in on this?
I'm looking at Ambrosius, and he's wagging his little skeleton dog tail at Mac, and he seems to really like Mac, and I say I'm in on this, and so's Gammy, and so's Ambrosius.
So that's decided then, I guess.
Yeah, that's good to hear. Don't you worry your pretty little heads. I'll be there right next to you.
Do you have to be?
Wait, you're coming with us?
Yeah.
We,
I mean,
we,
totally.
we travel well alone.
No, it's my cart. We're gonna go get my cart.
I mean, can't you see we're kind of going through a family crisis here at the minute? We're happy to help you, but good grief. I mean, read your audience.
And
What makes your cart so special?
It's full of the best pork loin in all of the Spider Haunt.
but see, if you go with us, then there's 6 years, and that doesn't go with the prophecy. There's 6 years, and that no.
Yeah, you should stay behind. Let us
You're
do our
not a
job.
year. You're not a year.
Do you think you can do it alone?
Yeah. Hey, was it that cart that looked like a big pig?
It had a picture of a pig on the side, and it called itself the Pork Cart Express.
Oh, okay. It must have been a different cart I was looking at.
It's at these times when I like to ask myself, WWDD, what would Didymus do?
I literally told Deanna that exact joke like 4 hours ago, and said that should be your tattoo.
All right. So Bleck pulls out the jade pendant that she just received and just kind of looks at it and says, Didymus, you're crazy, but you're maybe the only good thing I ever found in this world. So I guess this is what you'd want.
And as you say that, the jade pendant slightly glows.
Glow once for yes, glow twice for no.
That's a definitive response.
We all know what the scriptures say. In the holy text, it says, no. The holy scriptures say, I do what I don't want to do, and I don't, but as long as there's 2 birds in the bush, it's okay.
And Mac looks back at you guys as he's starting to walk back in the restaurant. He's like, okay, I believe you guys have it. Checks in the mail. And walks inside. All right. You guys are alone with Didymus's body. Wang Chi is still chanting, but he looks like he's completely off in kind of another world. He's walking around the entire building, like doing all these interesting things, but he's not there with you guys. Is there anything you guys wanted to say to Didymus before you leave?
No, I'm good. Let's go.
Gammy has a few words. Go ahead, Gammy.
You sit in silence for upwards to 10 minutes.
That was beautiful, Gammy.
And they all said,
Amen.
Amen.
Bleck's gonna go up and just next to Didymus's face and just say, "This was all my fault. I'm sorry. I should have protected you better."
Yes, you should have. Just kidding. You don't hear that.
I guess I'll try to live like you did. And then she kisses him on the forehead.
Aww.
Moppet doesn't say anything, just kind of looks over the body and kisses his forehead and walks off.
Tear in her eye.
She's trying to hide that a little bit, but yeah, it's there.
Bleck hugs Moppet.
Tobias mumbles to himself, "You fool. Was it all even real?"
How emo is Tobias? I mean, how many leather cuffs does he have on right now? Sorry.
And walks away.
Tammy confronts and comforts Tobias. There, Tobias. There.
Tobias, what do you do about that?
Tobias shrugs. I shrug her off and go away. Go away.
I grab him tighter and I said, there. I'd like to roll a contested strength roll.
Both of you guys roll strength checks for me.
That's an 18. Straight up.
You're going to be comforted for sure.
Strength plus 3. Oh, that's a 16.
Yeah, you take it.
I say, there.
You guys take your time with the body. kind of give it your last words, your last thoughts. You guys look off into the distance. Tobias, of course, looks the other way, as he believes that the cart went the opposite way. And the sun completely sets, and Wang says, "Thank you for coming to the Dragon of the Blackpool Turtle Cuisine Restaurant and Gambling Hall. Come back tomorrow for our special. It's 50-cent wing night."